Hi guys, so a few people have asked me to show like tips and tricks in like building an Adopt Me, and I can definitely do that. So I'm not like the most best builder in Adopt Me. I didn't start that long ago, but there's a lot of things I've learned since then, so I can share those. I can share what I know. So yeah. Okay guys, so we are now in Adopt Me. This is a build I'm currently working on. It is FNAF. So yeah. Let's get a new house. Um to, start fresh so I can teach you some stuff. Okay, here's a tiny home. So okay, I don't know, let's just start with the basics. I haven't really planned this out. Okay, so first thing, it can be really annoying to just like move things with just the normal hold and drag. So there's this thing, if you click this up here, you can click advanced mode. This is on phone, PC, everything, and you'll have the creativity to go wherever you like. So that's really clever. There's also a rotate mode as well, advanced rotate. I didn't know this, like I did not know this until like not that long ago, which I don't know how I didn't notice, but I didn't notice, so yeah, I hope I made someone notice too. The next thing I think a lot of people ask is how do you do glitch builds, which is like just one big block where you can build whatever you like. Okay, so first thing you do is you get a cheap chair and you just move it up here, sit down on it, and then you're on top of the house, which is pretty easy. And then you go over down here to simple shapes and put down a large block, a normal block, whatever you like, but it has to be a block, okay? And you just scale this as big as you can. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be super big, but I like doing mine really big so I don't accidentally make it too small, if you know. I think I wrote it. Okay, there we go. And then you go over here to here and then go to advanced mode, which I taught you earlier, and you look up and you drag it down. You just drag it down like here. Boom. I don't know who this is. They're like in my house. I don't know what's happening here. What the hell? Now, so if you're selling a house, a lot of people like more, as in like more like clutter, not clutter, but like not empty spaces. So let's start with a wall. Okay, let's go with a wall. Okay, so imagine you're doing like a cute wall. So let's go with a pink and white. That seems to be the norm in Adopt Me. You know, you can really do anything. A lot of people do this where they go over here and you go to disk and you just plop it at the top of the wall, like here, and color it white. Let's drag it in a bit so it's not like extruding out so crazily. It's like wallpaper kind of. And then if you click here, you can clone the selected, and you just do that. You can select two things. If you're on PC, that's just Control C, that's what it is in computer. You do that. Okay, so imagine this is a wall. There's a cute little cloud thing at the top. And still boring, so let's do some more things. I'm gonna add more discs, and let's do little bubbles, you know. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like some bubbles. Now, I've never made a bubble before, but I'm guessing just do a little blue ball, and I'm gonna duplicate this, make it smaller, and make it lighter, and I'm gonna give it a little shine, you know? Okay, that doesn't really look like bubbles. Maybe if I... Okay, that looks more like bubbles. Let's make it daytime. Oh yeah, another tip you can do. You know, I won't show you that yet. Okay. I'm getting too ahead of myself. So I'm just gonna, move these bubbles around on the wall. You know, you can really make anything with the basic shapes, okay? Literally anything. Also, the bottom of this wall is looking really bad. So let's add something. Um, you know what? I'm gonna add a material. So you can actually scroll down on the basic shapes and there's different material of basic shapes. So my favorite is this one. What's it called? Wood shapes. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. And add it to the wall at the bottom, like a wall trim. If you don't know what a wall trim is, it's just something added to the wall to make it look more, have more dimension. So I think that's what a wall trim is. Okay. And you know what? I don't like that color, so I'm just gonna make it white. There we go. This is like looking like a kid's room to me, like a kid's wall. So what I would actually do is, you know, I'm thinking of kid stuff, so I'm just gonna search up these alphabet blocks. Because, you know, kid stuff. It's all just really get creative, you know? Like, you can add anything to the wall. See, I'm adding this. Okay, like, that's what I'm doing here. I'm just... And see, you know, that's a tip. Never leave any space. Just fill it with the vibe. And you'll be good there in that. Who? Oh, this is Trixie. My friend. Okay, so the tricks I was gonna show you is up here there's a weather thing and oh my god, the weather is so good. So let's get an empty weather here. Okay. So the lighting, the indoor shadows. Honestly, I normally just do like a light pink. Like around here, the greyish light pink. I normally do that. Always the greyish colours that I do. Outdoor ambient. This one's subtle, but it changes a lot. And I'm gonna do like a darker blue. You know, you can just move around and see what looks best on us, obviously. And the sun tint, that's cool. A sun tint is always like just like a light yellow. I always do. Time of day. Let's do. Well, let's do that. That looks cool. And the exposure just makes it darker or lighter. Oh my god. Blind me, why don't you? Weather. I never really use weather, but there's cherry blossoms, which is my favorite, or rain. That's more so for outside stuff, I'm guessing. But let's do cherry blossoms. Now for the filters, there's contrast. This makes everything look grey if you put it to 0, and this makes everything look high highlights and high shadows. That's what I'm getting from that. But let's just keep it like 55. Now saturation. I always like doing it kind of like in a greyish, but that's because I'm emo. I'm not really emo. I'm sorry. Anyways, tint color. This one is harsh. Okay, this one's harsh to the lighting. Honestly, I just do whatever theme. If I'm doing like a jungle theme, I'd make it like this color. If there's like a lot of sun in the theme, you know, it's just like this one's gonna be a pinky color. And last is atmosphere. Density basically makes it like fog, and you can change that fog color to anything. I'm gonna do pink because that's the theme. Haze is basically like the skyline. Can you see the skyline is like, you know, getting fog. Basically, what I think of it is density is the fog around you, and haze is the fog all the way over there, you know, past the fog here. And the glare is basically, let's make it daytime. The glare is, well, it's the glare of the sun, that's what it is. So, I also forgot, there's a sun tint, sun rays up here, in the weather section, which I love doing because it just makes it look really realistic. So that's a tip in atmosphere. Another tip is this button here. You can actually drag everything. I'm also dragging Trixie, like that, which is very handy. You can also just clone it all as well if you need to. So yeah. And another tip is get inspo from like Pinterest. That's all I can think of is Pinterest. But if you're cloning like a TV show, then Google I think would be better for that. And the only thing I can really think of now is dimension. Not dimension. Scale? I don't know words, okay. Basically what I'm talking about is, you know, how you look in the house, if the house is too big or too small. Now, just imagine yourself. Here, I'm gonna be a bacon, because that is like, you know, the normal size for a Roblox avatar, if you know what I mean. Ew, I look weird. So imagine yourself as a human. Now, if you were to get a door, like from an archway, because there is archways. Now, if you want this to be a normal door, then you look at yourself and you'll be like, how much space is between my head and the top of the door frame? That would be like here. So, yeah, boom. And if you're like copying something off a picture and you like don't know how to like scale it all, try get another picture of that build but with someone in it. Like if you're copying a TV show, but if you're not and it's just from Pinterest and it's not something you're copying, then, you know, just still think as if there's a human in there, like imagine it, and it will be easy to understand. It will. Trust me, that's like, don't just wham it all, like actually stand in the build as if you were a real human. So that's a tip I got, and yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can think of. I might plan it better if I do another video like this, but yeah. I hope any of this helped anyone, you know. Okay, bye bye. Oh yeah, like and subscribe and comment and all the other stuff. Thank you, bye.